everyone. Is anybody here? And it's still not telling me. All right. I'll figure it out. Everybody will be on in 4 minutes. That's 4 minutes to showtime.
Well, there's the. I just got the
Looks like the same number.
little pop up.
Yeah, it looks like the same number, but I'll put that on the thing just for grins. The event page. I'm
gonna... I joined it.
The delay. Oh, did you?
Yeah. So I'm on LinkedIn and I'm on the studio side.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I mean that's good because just that's why Doreen didn't show up in the numbers yesterday. Because she was just on Reach. That makes sense now. Okay, cool. We figured that out. For anybody listening, we're just gabbing on Restream LinkedIn Live Tech.
Yeah, so, the challenges of all of it.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't have live because, LinkedIn is afraid of me, so they won't. They
won't. Right. They're afraid of you.
Like, whatever. I guess if that's what you guys want to do.
All right. So we're going live in 120 seconds. And don't count in that exact, because I don't have a stopwatch. All right, so I'm going to post that here. It looks like it's the same link. I can never tell. But we're already live on that page, so I actually don't need to do that. All right, never mind. LinkedIn, you funky beast. Oh, crap. And just so you know, and I know you're not sensitive, but I may swear on occasion. I can't help myself.
I've been known to. I try to keep my mouth clean as I can. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah. All right, I'm just going to do it this way. And I'll split my screen that way. Oh, there we go. Excellent. All right, this should work. Got it. All right, well, let's just do it. We're a minute early, but we'll see if anybody shows up. So I got no buddies on Facebook yet. Let's check out LinkedIn. I'll say, hey, say hi if you're here. Oh, and that's another thing. I know I'm not still on the screen, but all right, let's take that down. Going live with Inside Leaders Heads with Jeff Clark. All right, so there we are. Hi, everyone. Yeah, another thing it does, just so you know, before the show, if you were listening behind the screen, we're talking about LinkedIn Live, and they'll get better. I like it. I like some things of it, but they kind of make it hard on us. Show people, but we'll get there. There's no business lag, show business. All right, so I do a little blurb first. So first of all, this is Inside Leaders Heads. This is my interview show where I bring leaders on like Jeff Clark, and I basically look under the hood. Yeah, I know. Where I look under the hood.
Right.
I ask a bunch of questions. It's brought to you by EOC Studios. So in the future, I will split between business people and creative people. Not that business people can't be creative people, but just business people and creative people. This is called Finding Your Voice Inside Leaders' Heads. And then my tagline is, don't be a fish trying to climb a tree. It's from a quote, which for most of my life until maybe thinking about 6 weeks ago, I got all depressed because I found out Einstein actually didn't say it, but it's still a great saying. And it's the reason my studio is called Einsteins of Creativity. If you want to check that out on Facebook, it's Facebook group, Einsteins of Creativity, one word, no spaces. But don't be a fish trying to climb up the tree. The saying is, if you expect a fish to be able to climb up a tree, you will be disappointed all of your life, and the fish will not live up to expectations, or something to that effect. And so I say, hey, don't be a fish trying to climb up a tree. So
I like it.
basically, this first part of the show, I kind of already did my introduction, and then I'm going to give the screen to Jeff. It's Hear These Truths, right? Jeff, that's what I call him. I give everybody a middle name. Jeff, Hear These Truths Clark. So he's going to introduce himself. This introduction just kind of be the basics. We're not getting into his passion yet. We'll get into that in a second. But okay, Jeff, welcome to the show. I'm very glad you signed up. Happy New Year coming up. 2020 is coming to an end. I really enjoyed your 30 days. Did you do 31 days in December? You did, didn't you? Or did you start in the middle?
I did 30 days. So I started on the first going.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyways, check it out. They're great. And he's going to do that. Oh, no, I'm not going to blow that. You'll tell me that and then show.
We have something else in surprise.
Let's rewind. Yeah. Okay, go, Jeff.
Later.
Jeff Clark, you're going to introduce yourself now.
Hey, guys. Jeff Clark. Thanks for having me on, Mark. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's been fun here on LinkedIn and with Growth Academy getting to know you. So I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, just jokingly, so people know, I really admire Jeff. He's a great leader. And for a while there, actually, I still do. It's more of a joke now, but before, I don't know if you guys ever experienced this, but there's someone in your life who comes in your life, and I called him my North Star, because he's always been like 2 or 3 steps ahead of me in the game. So he's writing a book. I'm writing a book. His book's going to come out a little ahead of mine. And then just all these things. So at first I was jealous, but now I'm actually glad. I'm glad for everyone. But yeah.
We'll share tips and tricks and all that towards getting published and all that. We'll help each other out along the way, I'm sure. Good.
Oh, no, I'm sure we will. Okay, so just the format of this show. Oh, hey. Gave himself a thumbs up. I like it. That's awesome, though. Anyway, people are like, what is Mark talking about? Never mind. We'll get on the show. I guarantee you I had a little bit too much caffeine this morning, but it's all about Jeff. Jeff's going to do it all. So the format of the show, if you haven't been on before, I mean, you haven't been on before, but if people in the audience haven't seen this before, it's basically my driving force. So my companion show to this is called Finding Your Voice. So it's all about people have a passion and they find their passion. And that just drives, that's what makes them tick, their passion, and it drives everything they do. And the people that really live their passion, not everybody does. Some people find their passion and they don't live that. So I'm kind of dumb. I don't get that at all. It's like, how can you find your passion and not live it? I don't get it. So if you're that person, I'm not knocking you. I don't understand. So anyways, we're going to talk to Jeff. He's a great leader, but he'll talk about all this stuff. But we're going to say, hey, what makes you tick, Jeff? And in 3 sentences or less. And guess what? My 3 guests so far have not done it in 3 sentences. So take as many sentences as you want. And then we'll talk about the origin story. So we'll talk about what makes you tick. And by the way, I'll bring this up again, but for this portion, what makes you tick in 3 sentences or less. And then your origin story. So like, how did you discover that passion? What happened in your life? How did you get it? And then how does that drive you every day? So your mindset. And then we'll get to other questions, and I'll bring that back up just so we don't have to remember them, because I don't even remember them, and I wrote them. So, Jeff, what makes you tick?
All right, so 3 sentences. What makes me tick is I like taking care of people. I like seeing people grow, and I like seeing people become better people through leadership.
Good. That's pretty succinct. And then how did you find that?
So I kind of found it through my own leadership journey. I spent over 12 years in the military, in the Air Force specifically, and I had a lot of good leaders and I had a lot of bad leaders, and I had a lot of people around me and peers that were leaders, good and bad. And I learned a lot from every single one of them. And I think when you're trying to find who you are and you're trying to kind of do your own thing, but you're trying to learn from others, you can learn a lot from the good and the bad. So I find that being a selfish leader and being a servant leader is really what makes me tick, what makes me work real well, because I can lead naturally and do great things, and then I can get people to do great things with me, and I can see them grow and become better than me, which is the ultimate goal, is to build better leaders and build greater leaders. And it's something I wish American politics understood. They just don't. That's okay.
Ooh, we mentioned the P word.
Yeah, the P word. Sorry.
No, that's okay. So hold it. I just want to bring something up. So you mentioned servant leadership. So you see in this banner, servant leader. I mean, I'm all about that.
Yep.
And what ticks me off is, I know you know the answer, but it's a preamble to the question as a follow-up to what you said. So I know what a servant leader is. I know you know what a servant leader is, but a lot of people just claim that like it's the word of the day, and they kind of go, hey, yeah, I'm a servant leader. And that actually my last job, oh my God. I won't no names, but there's this person who was a high-level manager who she kept saying she was a servant leader, and it's like, you obviously don't know what that means. Anyway, what does servant leadership mean to you, Jeff Clark?
So for me, it's a version of selfless leadership, to where you're not just selfless, but you're also taking it the extra mile, and you're giving more than you get. So really, it's about using what you have and saying, I am a humble leader, but I know I am a good leader with great qualities. So instead of me always sacrificing myself, I'm also going to teach others how to do the same, so that they go and they become greater servants than you were.
That's as good an explanation succinctly as I've heard. It's awesome. No, I mean, it just demonstrates, I'm just, yeah. If you can't tell, I'm kind of an excitable boy. So when something I know something about, which some people call me an expert in servant leadership, I'll never be an expert in servant leadership. I'll never be an expert in lean. I just practice a lot and done it a lot. So I know some things, but yeah, that's putting people before you, and then you will succeed. It's a pretty amazing thing. It's so simple, but not a lot of people follow it. Anyway, thanks for that. So, I mean, you did say how that drives you every day, so that's your mindset, but you can add a little more there. So the next question is all about, so people, in my experience anyway, people who have a passion and they live their passion every day, they actually see in the world how it impacts them. So whether that's a client, it's a place you've worked at, it's employees, it's coworkers, it's a boss. Just as you have any examples by you living your passion, being the servant leader you are, just like some stories, and you don't have to mention names, protecting the innocent, but just how does the world see you living your passion? Like, what's the impact? And then you can see it. It's like, wow, check that out. I really helped this. Not that I'm great, but well, I did this thing and I helped them. And I'll be quiet now.
So I see it through all the leaders I led while I was in the military. Like, I led a lot of young people who I stay in touch with now, even though I'm several years out, from the military. I keep in touch with a lot of those people now, and they all have outranked me. They've won bigger awards. They've done even bigger things. And I would like to think that I had an impact on that to some degree, not the whole impact, but I had some kind of impact on that. And I think that's how it can be seen. I see it as, I was fortunate enough to be around some people that were willing to listen to me. And what they took from me and how impactful it was, I have no idea. But, I'm happy to see them doing better and doing greater things than I ever did. And I accomplished a lot of great things. So that says a lot about what they've done. And I think that's pretty awesome.
Sorry, I was distracted. I was seeing if there's any comments, but I was listening. I know you're not really about your current job or your past, but do you want to share more about what you do now and the military experience and how it helped form you, or you can just kind of talk about generically how you got there?
So yeah, I'm a civilian right now. I work for Space Force. I'm just a personnel and programs manpower consultant, really. I just work at the Space Operations Command as a consultant to the different units within Space Force, just on manpower and personnel programs. It's nothing fancy, but it's given me the opportunity to work on other things, like being a little bit more of kind of, I guess you can say, influencer here on LinkedIn and getting to work on my leadership philosophy. I've done some coaching. I've been writing the book. I've been writing some blogs. I got a big blog coming out on the 7th of January. That's a really big article and real important to me. So it's given me a lot of opportunities to work on some other things. So I'm real thankful for that, even though I'm not, overly busy in my daily job.
And that'll be on your website, the blog?
No, it'll be on a company's website.
Okay.
And then I'll post it on LinkedIn and Facebook and all the other social media. But it'll be over on their website for a couple months until, the SEO magic does its job.
Cool. All right. I just love Space Force. So the next question is, do you think passions change or evolve? So this came from, was it Andrea? I don't know how to say her last name, but I think Andrea Koppel. She has this, what is her? It's like Coffee Chat or something. It's a really awesome show if no one's listened to it. But she's all about supporting, I call them kids because they're young, but people going into college or who are in college to kind of try to figure out their next steps, how they excel, how they, especially this generation, how they enter into the workforce. And one of her posts, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, at first I'm like going, I don't know if I agree with it, but then when I thought about it, I do agree. But she was saying a lot of people advise high school students going into college and college students who don't have their major yet. They always tell them, well, just go with your passion and then you can live the rest of your life. However, looking back to when you and I were 17 or whatever, I didn't know what the frick I was going to do. I didn't know what my passion. I mean, I love playing guitar and I wanted to be, like a rock star. I knew that, but I didn't really know what my passions were. So, and I think the rest of us are in that case too. We might know our passion, like you did a really great statement of your passion, but here, I'll stop rambling. Sorry, I don't know. I think I'm more comfortable with you and I'm just rambling. But so do you think passions change or evolve? And then what does that look like? What's your advice to people about finding their passion?
I absolutely think your passions do evolve. You always find new passions. Passions are kind of like hobbies. You tend to find new hobbies or new things to get into. And that's fine, but there's in my opinion, if you have a passion that you're passionate about and you want to turn it into something real, you have to turn it into a purpose. And I posted on Andrea's post about purpose. I tell people, passion is for amateurs, focus on purpose. Because if you're really passionate about something and you want to turn it into something impactful, focus on the purpose behind it. And, there's a lot of great musicians who played guitar in high school and even younger than that. And they turned that guitar playing into a purpose, which was to spread their music with the world so people would enjoy it. The byproduct of that was that some of them became really popular musicians and they made a lot of money. And they went on a lot of big tours and sold a lot of records, et cetera, et cetera. But the purpose behind it was to spread their music to the world. So my advice to people is when you have a passion, whatever it may be, it could be basket weaving. What is your mission, your vision, and your goals? How are you turning that passion into a purpose so then you can spread it with the world? Because that's what we all want to do. We all want to do stuff and a lot of people know about it and it'd be really awesome. Well, the only way to do that is to share it with others. So you can't do that necessarily by walking around just talking about, oh, I'm real passionate about basket weaving. Okay. What are you doing with it? Because if you're not doing anything with it, then you have no purpose in it and you need to find a purpose. So that's really, really important for the evolution of that passion, is for it to become something. If not, it's really just kind of like a hobby. And like what you're doing a lot of different media type of stuff. You have a purpose behind that. You want to share it with the world. You don't care what everybody thinks about it. You just want to do it and share it with people. And I think that's awesome.
I just realized that I'm really into language, and I think I might have to change all my things about passion to purpose, because that's what I meant by like what your passion is, like what your purpose.
Yeah.
Great. Now you made me think.
Yeah, what is it? What is your passion, and how are you turning it into a purpose? Or
Yeah.
is it a purpose? So
Yeah.
it's a great question to think about.
So I guess then, hey, this show is not supposed to make me think, but so I guess I should change what I call my passion statement. It's my purpose statement, which is music plus tech plus writing equals fun and passion. So I guess you can't have passion in your passion statement. So that's my purpose. And obviously music EOC Studios is all about all creative expression. So music will expand to larger and more. Anyway, all right. So you kind of threw me off there. I'm like, okay. No, it's in a good way. In a good way.
Talk to your purpose, and I think that's important. So
yeah, I think I'm now going to change the title of my book too.
Yeah, you can talk to it. So that's important.
And it'll be a little tagline. And then it'll be like, instead of where I had passion, it'll have passion and / purpose. And then a second tagline, thanks a lot, Jeff Clark. No, it's good. It's good. Yeah. All right, cool. So you kind of said a little about this, but I call it living it every day in every way. So maybe the last couple of things you did, whether it's writing, working on your book, one of the videos you did, or whatever, just what are you doing now that you're most passionate about? Like living it every day in every way.
I think I'm putting those things that I say in the videos and a lot of the thoughts that I've had that I'm trying to share with people. I'm trying to put it into writing. So I'm trying to grow as a writer and get better as a writer, so I can put more of that context out there. I think it's important when you have something to say, you need to say it, and you need to say it in a manner which people can understand it and absorb it. So I think that's something probably that I'm real big about right now, is just becoming a better writer and doing more writing and getting some of that out there.
And what's the, I know you don't know for sure, but what's the estimated time of publication, if you will?
I don't know it exactly. I do know that I should have some kind of news by the end of January, whether that is a publication date or a bigger green light, or what I'm going to do as far as releasing an ebook, because I'm real pumped about the idea of releasing an ebook, like online on Amazon, something short, maybe 50 to 100 pages. Just to give people something, and then maybe a full-size book comes later on in the summer or really early fall. So we'll see. But I'll hopefully have some kind of news or more defined idea by the end of January.
Yeah, and are they both going to be called Hear These Truths, or is that a better name? If you don't want to tell us, that's fine.
I don't know. I know one of probably the bigger book will be called that, and then an ebook, I'll probably go something a little more specific, a little more specific and targeted to an audience. That way, it's a little more of a guide. You see those books now that are less than 100 pages. 50 pages are very specific to a certain solution. So I'll probably do something kind of like that. I have an idea.
Okay.
I just don't have a title for it yet.
Hey, you can call it Hear This Truth and only have one.
Yeah, right.
Here, let's expand. We'll have Hear These Truths. No, that's good.
I like that.
You can have it. Just riffing and ranting. That's what I need. Let's see. So, before we get to shameless self-promotion, and then we could talk about anything as well, because we answered all the questions. And then my pondering, must I change passion to purpose? Maybe. So what advice do you have for others? So that's kind of what your book's going to be about, but like just on the top of your head, the 30 posts you had in December, and knowing you probably already mapped out at least half of January already. So in those 45 days or whatever that you have, are there any that boil up to the top, like maybe top 3 to 5 that you give advice to others?
So I would say, jump in, and jump in and do it, because there's no sense in waiting around. There's no sense in, doing the whole what if game. If you want to jump in and do something, just do it. Don't wait for a perfect time, because that time's never going to come. A lot of the businesses that were born during this pandemic were businesses that people were like, yeah, that's a great idea, and then the pandemic kind of forced their hand. And
Right.
there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not taking anything away from those people by any means,
Right.
but why wait for an event that forces your hand? If you have a good idea, pursue it. Start doing your research, start working on it, and ignore what these fancy celebrities and all these people on social media say. It's Rome wasn't built in a day. Nothing is going to get built overnight. You're going to have to work, and humble yourself and hear that truth, because you're going to have to work, and that's fine. But work and do your research, connect with people on places like LinkedIn, pick the brains of people who are experts or who are successful before you, because what I've found is when I've picked the brains of people that have done things that I want to do, they were very understanding and willing to share some information and help out. And some of them offered their products and services, and others said, oh no, here, let me give you a little piece of advice and let me send you a couple of things. So don't be afraid.
Sign up for Bitcoin.
Yeah, sign up for Bitcoin. But a lot of people were not afraid to help out. So don't be afraid to ask for help, and continue to work, and don't stop working, because it's not going to happen in a day. It won't happen overnight. You're going to have to work for it, but it's worth it. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what I like about you. You, unlike me, like with Growth Academy, you went in and you watched all the videos. Don't tell Shanae, of course, if she sees it, she'll. Still haven't watched all the videos, and I missed Tuesday's thing. So I'm gonna go look. Huh?
I watched them all. Actually, I watched several of them over and over again because
yeah, I need to do that. Keep get distracted by my other job. Anyway, but something you said really struck me. So I read a lot. So right now I'm reading Mark Metry's Screw Being Shy. I know everyone that knows me is going, why would Mark read a book about screw being shy? So it's all about social anxiety and how some people live that. They don't take it. They live it to the extreme, and then they don't live a passionate or purposeful life. And yeah, so basically one of the things you said is about celebrities and stuff. There's a lot of talking heads out there. There's a lot of people who say they know stuff. And then a lot of times they're just trying to turn around to sell it. Happens on LinkedIn all the time. Anyway, yeah, I totally agree with that. So yeah, just jump in, both feet. That's how I learned how to swim. Well, technically I didn't jump. Someone pushed me in the deep end, but same result. It's like, oh, I can drown and die, or yeah. So now we come to the shameless self-promotion. Do you want to just bring up that 30 and 30, or do you have other things you want to talk about too?
Yeah, go ahead and bring it up.
Okay.
So I'm doing my January video series is going to be 30 and 30. So it's going to be 30 days of 30 messages in 30 seconds a day. So it's going to be real quick, easy videos to watch. It won't consume a whole lot of your time, but it's going to be real impactful. It'll be a quote, it'll be a tip, it'll be something that you can use that day. And yeah, it'll be really cool. 30 and 30, you'll be able to see it on my website, jeffsclark.com. There on LinkedIn, and as well as my Instagram page. I'll put some stuff on Instagram as well, so you can see those. So any of those outlets, you'll be able to see them on, and it's going to be a really cool video series to kind of continue the momentum of the last 30 days in 2020 that I just did.
So just as a older person, what's Instagram all about? I mean, what do you put on there? Is that all videos? What is Instagram?
Yeah,
I know, but
Instagram is like it's videos and pictures. That's really what it evolves around, is videos and pictures. So you can go on there. There's no text posting ability really. You have to have some kind of image behind it. So
Right.
you can go on there and see a lot of images and a lot of videos from different things.
And is there a length limit like TikTok?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I think people can put full blown videos of like episodes of a podcast and stuff like that on there, I think.
Yeah. And then just because a lot of people on here are trying to do maybe not the same subject matter, but similar fashion. They're trying to build their brand, promote themselves. Why did you choose just a website, LinkedIn, and Instagram, and not say like Twitter, YouTube, all that kind of stuff, Facebook?
So I use Instagram kind of as my Facebook,
To let people see us.
kind of a link. So the good thing about Instagram is that it's owned by Facebook. So when you post something on Instagram, if you're linked to your Facebook account, it'll just send it right to it.
Really? Boy,
Yeah.
I'd build them.
Yeah. So I don't promote Facebook like a ton just because I'm not that concerned with it. I mean, I like Instagram because I feel like it's a better place to express what I'm trying to say in visuals, and I can relate to people. I can find people that I like to, be around and get some same like information from. So, the website, I just redesigned it. It looks pretty slick. LinkedIn, because this is where a big part of my professional network is, and then Instagram because a lot of the same messages, but there is different content on my Instagram. I do a little bit more of who Jeff is, so a little bit more of my personal side, my family life. There, it's not straight professional like LinkedIn is.
Right. So is it Jeff S. Clark because someone had Jeff Clark, or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had to put my middle initial in there because somebody owns jeffclark.com. I could have done jeffclark.org, but I didn't want to get it mixed up with .com.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'll just do something unique and call it good.
Yeah, I often wondered about that because I could, when I got my domains, I have 6 domains. It's like, should I get org and net and all that so no one could take it on those other ones? But yeah, I didn't. Who knows? Anyway, so I'm going to do my shameless self-promotion. And if you think of anything, I'll give you the last word, but I'll do my stuff first. So thank you for people for showing up. Oh, some people just told me they couldn't get in. I'll have to check that out. That's why LinkedIn Live. I'll figure it out. But so Tuesday I had Ryan McMullen. Yesterday I had Doreen, and today obviously we had Jeff S. Clark. Don't forget the S for his .com website. And Carl, I talked with him. We're gonna do it in January. So in January, I'm gonna start doing this twice a week. So it'll be Mondays, 3:30 PST, and Saturdays, 12:30 PST. But there'll be more about that. And then this thing. So I have that's not the one I wanted. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. So EOC Studios, that's my kind of umbrella company. The website is up, so it's eocstudios.com. You can go check it out. And Jeff reminded me I need to go in there because I asked friends to go look at it. And as only friends could be. They were kind of brutal. So it is what it is, and it will improve. I mean, they were down to the color you used on page 2. That's really, stuff like that. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'll give you the last word, and then I'll end with my stating that I'm trying to trademark.
Thanks for having me on, man. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a happy New Year.
Oh yeah, you have a happy New Year too, and thank you for coming on. And I end with this because living your best life creates a better world for everyone. So everybody out there, take what Jeff said, learn his wisdom, connect with him. Are you up to you can't connect with you anymore? Are you one of those people on LinkedIn? Not yet. You will be. You will be soon.
Send me a connection request with a message in it. Tell me who you are. You know,
Right.
give me
Hey, I
something.
saw you on that show or heard this.
Do not
So,
pick.
are there more than one Jeff Clark on LinkedIn? I'm assuming so.
I don't know. Probably.
So is there anything in your title where they'll know you? Well, your picture will be there, right?
You'll see the handsome face. So
Yeah. So remember the handsome face with the glasses and the beard. Connect with Jeff Clark. Connect with me. I'm not Marky B on LinkedIn, by the way. I'm Mark Bentcover. It's mispronounced Bentcover often. So if you just look up that, I'm the only one. And just want to wish everybody a happy new year. 2021, make it better. Be who are you? Be who you are. Be who you want the world to be in the world. And then I'll end with this once again. So just living your best life creates a better world for everyone. And we'll see you on the flip side. So thank you very much, Jeff. And we'll be talking soon. But thanks for coming on the show. It was really awesome.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah. See you later.
All right.
Bye.